It wasn't long ago that I was sitting in your very seats, in your shoes, in middle school and in high school, looking into the future, wondering what college I was going to go to, how I was going to figure out the puzzle of making my greatest dreams come true. While I was excited and happy and looking forward to these times, I was also nervous and scared and wondering, what if I work super, super hard and I fail? And I was terrified of this idea. I had no idea what I was going to do. And this can be hard because all of you guys are sitting in a very vulnerable place. You are sharing your dreams and working towards big things. You are young, you have energy, you are curious. Now, I don't come here as the gold standard. I'm certainly not an expert. I'm actually not an expert at anything. But I do know a couple things for sure. I know dreams can and do come true. In 1996, I remember watching the Olympic Games in Atlanta with my sister Hillary, and I saw each and every one of those competitors on TV, and I looked at them representing their country and winning gold medals, and I thought, if they can do it, why can't I? Why can't you? And the truth is, we can. Whether your dream is to be an astronaut, a professor, an Olympic gold medalist, an inventor, an entrepreneur, a musician, all these things are possible. What I also know is that none of these things, not a single person in this room, will do anything great alone. Because to do something special and to make a difference in the world and connect with people, we have to do that as a team. So the real question is, how do we build this team? How do we get people engaged and invested in building a relationship with us so that we can march on towards achieving our greatest dreams? I'm a simple, ordinary guy. I've had some extraordinary dreams of going to college, of graduating. That was actually the most proud moment of my life, graduating University of Texas. It wasn't winning gold medals. It was graduating college. Some of my dreams have come true. Many of them I'm still working on, and others I have totally failed to achieve. I've tried for the Olympic Games 3 different times, and 2 of those times I failed. Because dreams are really hard to make come true. It takes a lot of hard work and sacrifice and dedication, and you have to be vulnerable. And that's what it takes. So I've developed kind of a plan of how we can make these dreams come true. And it starts with sharing. It starts with telling people about our dream and what it is we want to do. And I know that for a lot of you guys, if you're like me, it can be scary. And it can be an experience that you don't want to go down, a road that you don't want to go down. I started by telling everyone I wanted to go to the Olympics. And people ridiculed me for it. They laughed at me. They said, "You're never going to the Olympics." I remember showing up to high school. I was 120 pounds. I had size 13 feet. I was awkward. I was uncoordinated. I had this huge nose that my face hadn't grown into yet. And people said, "There's no chance you can go to the Olympics." And it hurt. There were times I cried about it. It hurt my feelings. It made me feel sad. But I still kept telling people because I believe that the more I said out in the world that I wanted to become an Olympic gold medalist, somehow people would gravitate towards me. The people who could make a difference would come into my circle and help me do it. Before long, I had teachers who were rearranging their schedules and allowing me to take tests on a different day so that I could go compete in a different town or a different state. I had an orthopedic surgeon who rearranged his whole schedule one week so he could see me and my injured shoulder because he knew how important that was for my health and becoming a great athlete. My swim coach, he started coming in on his lunch hour to work with me at school. I would get in the pool and we would work on my freestyle so that I could become the best freestyler in the world. My mom, I know all of you guys in here have intense moms probably at some point. I do as well. She can be a bit much to handle, as all of our moms can be. But they mean the best for us. They only want us to accomplish our dreams. And when I told my parents I wanted to go to the Olympics, my mom started going crazy for reading about nutrition and figuring out what to put in my body to fuel me for higher performance. I literally walked to the next swim meet with a bag of about 50 carrots, 3 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, 10 string cheeses, wheat thins, Gatorades, yogurts. I said, "Mom, I'm only going to compete in a 4-hour swim meet. I'm not going on a 10-day excursion." but this is how much they care about us. And when we share our dreams, we enable people to interact and build a relationship that is meaningful. Now, once we share this dream, we have to show them how serious we are. Step up to the plate and literally work our tails off to make it come true. This is a structure that I'm sharing with you, an idea. But to become an Olympic gold medalist or a great professor or a great musician, as this young man did earlier today, he started practicing that this past summer. I don't even want to know how many hours he has sat there practicing and failing and practicing and failing and missing a note. That's what it takes. You have to show up and prove to people that you're willing to do the work, because a lot of the people that you aspire to be, they have their guard up. They're strong. People come after them to get help. Disarm them by proving that you're willing to dedicate and do what's necessary. I've trained at the University of Texas for many years. We hold 3 morning practices every single week. We train 12 months a year, and for about 9 of those months, we're required to come to 3 morning practices per week. In the first 9 years of competing at the University of Texas and training there, I didn't miss a single morning practice. That is how much it takes. I trained this morning because that's what it takes to be the best. So ask yourself, how bad do you want it? The greatest musicians, they sit down and play. The greatest writers write. The greatest chefs are in the kitchen all the time. Once we share with people and show them how serious we are, we have to invite them in. Invite them on our journey. Be generous with what you're doing. Give them a little piece of the pie. They're investing in us. They want nothing more than to see you realize your greatest dream. Allow them to take satisfaction and pride in what you're doing. When I won 2 gold medals at the Olympics in Beijing, I was standing on that award stand. I got the Olympic gold medal around my neck. And yeah, I was the person in the water racing, and I was the person on that award stand. But there literally wasn't room for the hundreds of people who should have been on that award stand with me, because that's exactly how many people it took. Hundreds of people supporting me, guiding me, picking me up off the ground when I was tired, when I thought I couldn't go anymore, pushing me to be better, holding me accountable. Some people, they gently shoved me on a journey to where I could experience something and see something that they never had, but they knew would make a profound difference for me. Bring those people in. Love them. After the Olympics, I sent emails and text messages and phone calls and gave as many hugs and pats on the back as I possibly could to all the people who had affected my life and said, thank you. You have no idea how much you affected my journey in a positive way. And seeing my sister and my parents on the in the stands in Beijing, that was the greatest moment of my Olympic success, of my swimming career, because the look on their faces of excitement and fulfillment and passion, this wasn't just my gold medal. This wasn't just my Olympic moment. This was theirs too. Be generous. Now, I don't come here in arrogance or because I want to brag about what I've done. I've come here because I want you to win. I want you to be successful and have these enormous dreams. Don't limit yourself. Dream the biggest dream possible. If people are ridiculing you, that means your dream is legit. If people are laughing at you, say, all right, who will be laughing in 10 years when I accomplish this? Not me, because I'll be satisfied that I did it. And each and every one of you can do that. So think right now, what is your greatest dream? What is that thing that your mind rages for, that you are so excited to accomplish? Who are you going to share that with? How are you going to tell them and engage them in a meaningful way where you can build a relationship and they will help you on that journey to reaching success? How are you going to prove to them every day that you are stepping to the plate and willing to do whatever it takes to be great? Whether it's sacrifice, dedication, waking up for morning practices when you are dog tired, sitting down at the piano when your fingers are hurting. Who are you going to invite into your journey and be generous with them? Allow them to have a piece of the pie. Now, this is not easy. It's really hard accomplishing something great. This is not the end-all, be-all. This isn't the plan for easy, magical success. But what I will tell you is, when you do these simple things, when you share your goal, when you show people you are serious and you are willing to lay it down on the line, when you invest in people and invite them in, be generous with your journey, you will be amazed at the community that surrounds you, the team that shows up and is pulled in by your love and passion for something so deep inside you that you want nothing more than to see it successful. And with that community, with that team in place, you will inch closer to achieving dreams you never thought possible. Thank you.